Excellent. Are we all? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to B County Commissioners Court. The time is 9:06 a.m. The date is Monday, March 24th, 2025. We're physically located at the B County Courthouse, Commissioners Courtroom, number 110, 105 West Corpus Christi St, Beeville, Texas, 78102. That was agenda item number 1, the call to order. Would everybody please stand, and who won that? Join Commissioner Farias in a brief prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for all your blessings. We thank you for allowing us to gather here today. Please think of us when you send some rain this way to nourish this county and help us with our water situation a little bit. We ask you to watch over all the work that we have here on our desk, so do the best that we can for all of our constituents. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Excellent. Thank you. All right, I think my seat's down low. My feet can actually touch the floor. Agenda item number 4, recognition of visitors. This is not public comment, but if you do wish to be recognized so that your name can be memorialized in our official meeting recording, this is your opportunity to do so now. Absent that, thank you all for being here this morning. Agenda item number 5, Commissioners Court opening remarks. Commissioner Lenny, is it your turn? Commissioner Olivares, you have the floor, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Got a few things here to talk about. First of all, there's a gentleman who's our captain there in the Skidmore Volunteer Fire Department. Unfortunately, he lost his leg in an accident, and he's going to be doing a fundraiser coming up here pretty soon. He needs about $20,000 to $30,000 to assist him with the prosthetic leg to kind of get him back on. This gentleman has been remarkable. His attitude after the event has been very, very good. He shows up to all the incidents, and he does good. So if anyone out there that can help or assist, we'll appreciate it. Also, we had a great event this past weekend, 2 miles of Corrigan Road. We had the Adult Probation Center with some of their group here to come in and assist and pick up some trash. We were able to pick up 55 bags of trash along that stretch. A big thanks to our Sheriff's Department that was out there to assist with traffic control, which was needed. Even though we had signs up, it's amazing how many people still like moving kind of quickly. Also, our B County Road and Bridge Department for setting out traffic signs and assisting with the collection center, getting it open and removing, getting rid of some debris. There's also a couple of people that I like to recognize. There's some homeowners there. Mr. Nathan and his wife Elizabeth Kine. They're always out there every year that we do this, setting out some water for hydration for the workers that are picking the trash up. Also, Ray and Esther Gonzalez here, they allowed us to use their UTVs to travel up and down the highway. And then, of course, the Coastal Bend staff, the director, Jason Woods, Mr. Rivera, Mr. Gomez, Ms. Gomez, and Dora Hackenhouse. As far as the EOC, things are progressing well. We had the opportunity to utilize the facility in a little bit different capacity. The forestry service, because of the congestion that was occurring with the Texas Mile, they opted to move some of the equipment to our EOC center in the event of emergency. So it worked out well, had a big staff there, room to grow. So the facility is being used what it was projected for. Participated in a Nueces River Authority meeting last week to identify projects to turn in for that particular grant. Also, thanks to Bobby Jimison, who gave me some direction on some road signs, which actually wanted to be in TxDOT. We were able to talk to the store owner who removed that sign that was creating a view, blocking the view move. He was trying to get onto to 181. Also, the landowner, where we had a bunch of brush that was being stored by the baseball field at the Skidmore ISD, all that brush has been removed, the tree's been removed, and the gentleman was, now that he understands the rules and regulations of moving brush around, he was able to do that. So thanks to our Constable Ronnie Oliveros, who actually talked to him, and he did it with no problem, so it was good. Things can work so much better through proper discussion and communication without creating havoc. So it's a good job, all. With that, I'm going to pass it over.
All right. Been a busy couple of weeks. Last week I had to go to TCDRS meeting, which is our retirement system that the county participates in. And I want to let you know that we are now #1 public pension plan in the state as of the 23 numbers, and at 50 billion strong. So we don't even have 24 numbers yet, but they're doing awesome. So your money's well taken care of and well invested. Jennifer and I had a Zoom meeting with Komatsu, the courthouse people that were awarded the grant for the, not the grant, the RFP for the courthouse update. And that was a really good meeting. We started off, that was a kickoff to get the ABCs down, and so we can start moving forward. Next week we have a meeting in person here at the courthouse, so we'll start taking the proper steps and seeing how we can break that down.
Great job.
Had a lady call me from County Road 402, and with the high winds and everything, had a tree fall over onto the county road and blocked her. Couldn't get out, nobody could get in, so I called Road and Bridge. They took care of it right away, so thank you, Road and Bridge, for that. And then I had a call from Blanconia Fire Department asking for a little help on their retention pond in the back of their fire department. It's been grown over, so they've killed all the weeds. They've asked if we could get maybe a little assist from the Road and Bridge to take a backhoe out there and kind of just scrape it out and clean a little bit so they can hold water, because they've been doing a lot of fires in that direction, in that area. And then also there's an item on the agenda you're going to see a little bit later on, but there's some construction going on at the DA's office for the DA up there. They're, now that Ryan and Rob are out of that office, they're dividing those offices, putting petition amendments. It's looking really good. So no county monies are being used. That's their Miss Tiffany's forfeiture money. But it's looking very, very well.
It is.
And Judge Bauer also asked about putting some carpeting downstairs, and we're getting bids for that, and that's out of her budget, her fund. So no county money's there, not extra. We got an email from the city advising us that our water usage here at the courthouse grounds were way too much. So I advised Mr. Seguirre, and he took care of it. I said, just keep the grass alive, don't water it. And they had the times down and everything from 1 to 3, a high usage here at the courthouse. So just to comply with the stage 3 water restrictions, we were cutting back. So thank you, John, for getting that taken care of. And then had a call on 2nd Street this week. A lot of overgrown brush and an abandoned house, and she was scared of the fire being there. So I called Mr. Jimison. He took care of it right away. Mr. Jimison, I got to tell you, she called back, and she couldn't believe somebody from the county actually went out there and spoke to her and took care of it the same day. So kudos to your department, sir. Thank you. So other than that, that was my couple of weeks there. I'm going to pass.
Commissioner Lynn, the floor is yours, Bill.
Thank you. I want to thank Road and Bridge. I had a call about a tree as well. It's that wind with rootle everywhere, huh? 337 and 341 at the corner there, it had blown over. It was in the middle of the road. They went out and took care of that, so thank you guys for that. Also, this past Tuesday, I had a Chamber of Commerce board meeting. Currently working with our VSO on, there's a couple of veterans here that need some ramps built for their home. They have no way of getting out of their home. So we're looking to see what it's going to take to do that. Talking with some like McCoys and Sutherlands and Alamo about donating some materials for that purpose. Currently working on that. And then I spoke with Kenny Serrata with Beck Brothers. The double doors came in late last week. So they're going to pick them up early this week and should get started on installing them doors. So that's in the works. Had a handful of calls just relating to culverts, illegal dumpings, and road condition situations like that. Took care of all that, questions answered. And then last but not least, I want to congratulate Commissioner DeWitt on a job well done for honoring Jesse Arredondo at the, we named the mineral collection station in his honor. And that was well attended by a lot of his family, friends, co-workers, and whatnot. So that was a good thing. Commissioner DeWitt did a good job. With that, I will pass it back to the judge.
Thank you, gentlemen. I agree as well. I'd be remiss, and I don't know, I apologize, I wasn't here for our last Commissioners Court meeting, so I don't even know on the timing whether we've been able, but I'd be remiss if I didn't at least mention the passing of two folks with strong P County ties, and extending my personal, and I'm sure on behalf of Commissioners Court, our collective condolences to the family. But first is Linda Blackburn, who most people in the county have had some interaction with. She was always a character, and she will be missed. And whose son John Blackburn continues to be an active part of the community and a landowner over in the east part of the county, probably in your precinct.
Yes, sir.
And second is A.C. Jones IV. Dick Jones passed away. Dick Jones is the fourth, which in the Jones family they skip a generation with the A.C. Jones name, so he's the 8th generation of Jones family. Of course, A.C. Jones High School is named after the A.C. Jones family. The former First National Bank of Beeville was founded by the Jones family. Jones land donations have led to the creation of the high school football field, the college baseball field, the roadway in between, and both directly the Jones family and moving on to public comment. Are there any members of the public who wish to address Commissioners Court at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on. Agenda item number 7. The following items are of an administrative nature. Commissioners Court has been furnished documentation on each item, and all such items may be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a commissioner or county judge.
Move to approve.
Or make any changes to the meeting minutes? All right, hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Thank you. Discuss and consider action on the following items. Agenda item number 8, approve memorandum of understanding between Coastal Plains Integrated Health, CPIH, and the P County Judge for those individuals who receive community-based mental health and/or substance abuse disorder services from CPIH. This is yeah, this is I was going to say standard,
Move to approve.
but housekeeping is
Second.
much more appropriate. Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 9, approve appointment of board members to the Bee Development Authority Board of Directors. We have a strong BDA board. I'm looking to strengthen it a little bit more today. We currently have our current members. He's the vice chairman of the board, Commissioner Sammy Farias. He's the treasurer of the board. Garrett Tyndall and Jody Alanis. On this, I'm trying to look and see when the, oh, here we go. We have reappointment needs for all of our directors with slate. The only his value that he added to the BDA. It has more to do just with the nature of the success of his private enterprises, pulling them away from the BDA. And so I'd like to thank Sincerely, Garrett Tyndall, for his years of service to the BDA. He came in during a time as a guy that's directly involved in the construction industry across the state of Texas and the United States. He came in at an excellent time when the BDA was making capital improvements, meaningful capital improvements, building buildings, and dealing with complex construction matters. And so his service was invaluable, and I really appreciate all of his efforts. At this point in time, I'd open the floor for nominations, but I would do so while nominating Frank is a former, he grew up here, born and raised in Beeville. He's a former city councilman, served as mayor of the city of Beeville for, I don't know how many years, 6 maybe, 4, 6.
2 terms.
Yes, sir. Maybe, yeah, 4. He also recently was the executive director of the BDA. I don't have any concerns about that. He served on the BDA as a member, I believe, before he, right when he was a director. Yeah, when he he's brings great business acumen. I think he's pretty good to work with. And I just think if there's a way that we can keep committed folks who have indicated a willingness to take time away from their personal life, to not go out to dinner some days a week, sitting in rooms without any windows and doing these things for the benefit of the greater good, not for their own personal growth or opportunity, I think we ought to encourage that. So that's my nomination. Are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, I'd move to close the nominations. Do I have a second? I have a second. All in favor? Aye. Okay, so then, what's that? Yes.
I do have to mention though, before you stop it, Garrett Tyndall continues to help us with advice, and he might not
Be
serve on the
present,
board,
yeah.
he might not be present on the board, but he is there to help us with anything.
Yeah, I mean, he really has been great.
Yes.
And another great local family and local individual who's committed to our community. He's probably one of the largest employers in the county, truth be told. So I'll go ahead and I'll make a motion to reappoint or appoint the following individuals: Pete Patel, Sammy Farias, Frank Dominguez, and Jody Alanis to the Development Authority Board of Directors. I have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Moving on, and thank you again to Garrett for all of his assistance, and thank you, Frank, for his willingness to step up. Agenda item number 10, approve intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the City of Beeville and B County for septic systems. This is something that Mr. Jemison, our Community Affairs Director in the city, have been working on for quite some time. It sat on my desk for a little while just because sometimes that happens, but we have a workable form. The long and short of it is the city doesn't have a individual who is certified. The DR certification rears its ugly head once again and creates complications here in B County. Mr. Jemison did obtain his DR certification, which means he can inspect septic systems. And so in an effort to alleviate that need for the city, we're proposing, by long and short of it is a member, a community member who's inside the city limits but has a lot, but it does happen on the outskirts a little bit, will be able to and will need to deal directly with the Community Affairs Department, pay our county fees. We'll receive all of the proceeds from those fees, and we'll provide that coverage that the city so desperately needs at this point in time. Is that fair, Mr. Jemison? Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, the other thing I'd add is that we are the TCEQ's authorized agent in B County. and the city is not. So it's even a little more complicated than not just a DR.
Okay, even better. Okay, thank you. Any further questions? Entertain a motion.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second? I have a motion and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. And the city, agreement, the city council did not have any but this agenda item for a city council meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. when they were going to consider it. I've spoken with the city manager. I feel comfortable in proceeding to allow this logjam to get cleared up, and they will approve the MOU at the next city council meeting, we expect. Anything can happen. Until that time, we're gonna proceed in good faith on behalf of the city. Moving on to agenda item number 11, approve and review Criminal Justice Information Services, CJIS report status. Do we have anybody that's going to make a report, or am I just going to comment on this? I'll just comment on this, and we don't really have too many individuals who are present today who maybe need to hear this more than other folks, but basically, long and short of it, commissioners, most of our state grants are tied to a CJIS completion requirement. Under Texas, for the preceding 5-year period, a trailing 5-year period, cases which include arrests, investigations, anywhere where a certain governmental number, I think it's a CID number, is attached to an individual, those matters must be resolved one way or the other. And what we're talking about is a bookkeeping accounting function. This isn't a law enforcement, prosecutor, judicial function. This is an accounting function. It can be somewhat cumbersome. In the next one of our next upcoming commissioner courts meetings, I'm hopeful and I'm expectant that Judge Harvey Hardwick is going to come to Commissioner's Court, make a presentation to us to talk about some of the issues that arise with these CJIS numbers. But the long and short of it is every single year, this time of year, we are under the 90% requirement. We have to be 90% closed on the trailing 5-year period. Every single year that I've been here.
Is it a time?
We have until either July 30th or August 30th, or is it August 1st? Or
August 1st.
August
July.
1st to get our numbers to 90. So what happens is, with increasing anxiety and urgency, emails are sent out to the various not stakeholders, but the various departments whose obligation to complete this process reside until we get to June, July, and normally then we get up to 90%. There's no reason why we crush certain employees' schedules for a period of 4 to 6 months when we could fold. I'm not the one that is doing it, so I don't want to sit up here and minimize the amount of effort and work and the individuals who every year put in all of this time to try to get to it. But collaboratively speaking, it'd be great if we could get ahead of this and stay on top of it a little bit more. Not to call out the various departments, but I'm going to.
I was going to ask which departments are covered.
So, and that's a little bit of the rub too. We'll start DPS, City of Beeville Police Department, the Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, the County Attorney's Office, the District Clerk's Office, and the County Clerk's Office. It has become so bad that our judges are receiving feedback from the state. Okay? So it's a problem. It's unique to B County right now, and I know none of us, any of the elected officials in the room, any of the elected officials who have a role in this, and certainly us at this Commissioner's Court table, that we want to have exist, that we want to have our district judges and our county court of law judge worrying about. but that's the reality that we're in. So if you have any questions about CJIS or what needs to be done, there's a group within our county, basically in each department, who knows what needs to be done. But if for anyone who's maybe working on it that hasn't worked on it before, please just reach out, contact Candy or Sharon. We can put you in touch with the right people. We're 100% committed to providing, as far as the county judge's office, whatever assistance we can to assist in trying to annual issue. And I know that there may be a change in procedures that are necessary or beneficial. We support that as well. We're happy to talk to anybody and provide any assistance. And I'm sure commissioners as well would be more than happy to brainstorm should that be necessary. It gets very complicated because you'll have cases where a wrong input at intake can create an issue 3 years down the road that nobody has anticipated or can anticipate. So this isn't a lack of effort. This doesn't reflect a disregard and oversights. We all get busy, so it's totally understandable why we find ourselves in this place every year. But it would be great, and I know our judges would greatly appreciate it if we could figure out a way to resolve this so that it doesn't happen. Is there anybody else who'd like to?
No, just a quick question. So is it staffing or training of getting these reports out, to ensure that we're following it correctly, we're following the right protocol?
I think we have the proper staff. I can't speak for the various elected officials, but just in years past, in my interactions, the sheriff's office, with the district attorney's office, with all of our adequate staffing, it can be a little bit of a Herculean task just because of the volume. You're talking about a spreadsheet of names and numbers that usually is about almost an inch thick. So it just, I think, gets overwhelming because of the amount of work that's required, and sometimes a lot of those line items require some research, and that gets more complicated too, because then you may have the county clerk going to the county attorney's office and going to the sheriff's office and going to the city of Beeville's office trying to figure out what an issue is with a particular case. So they may only have 300 to resolve, but one may take a week, and so that's where maybe some processes or procedures can be improved upon to help overcome that logjam and then stay on top of it. So, and anybody else?
Is there a model that we can follow?
That's the best way to solve a problem is first see what everybody else is
Yeah,
doing that doesn't
What
have
is everybody
that
else
same
doing?
problem.
Is it working for them, or how is it?
Certainly, TAC is always available to assist our elected officials and department heads and their fellow elected officials from our neighboring counties. So great, always great resources and only a telephone call away. Yeah, absolutely.
Put on the list there, somebody might pop up and say, hey, you have the same problem.
Yeah.
We fix it this way.
Absolutely. And I mean, we have, like Net Data is our program. So if you talk to somebody that's on the other, I guess they're going on, or the other program out there, their problems may not be the same problems that we have. They run the gamut from, human error to, so I mean, it is not simple for any of the folks that actually do the work at any stage of the process. So this is just our friendly encouragement to focus on. No, sorry, yeah, I could ramble, but I don't want to for everybody's sake. No action to be had on this agenda. Agenda item number 12, set public hearing date pursuant to Texas Transportation Code, Chapter 253, entitled County Improvement and Subdivision Ordinance 2003, to consider placement of 30 miles per hour MPH speed limit sign on Bronco Lane in Beeville, Texas.
Judge, I'd like to make a motion to set the public hearing.
Or no, April 20th. Is it 25th, 28th?
No, if we go 28, is that enough time to get the paper?
Yes,
So
30
remember,
days.
we're off and off site.
It has to be 30 days.
30 days.
30 days, so it's got to jump over into like May.
And Candy said he wanted to get down, said it was this week. I mean, it is this week, next
April 2nd, see that in the.
Ms. Lindens just said that Candy had told her that when we announce it in open court, that starts our 30-day period. Oh, is that right? Do we feel comfortable with that, or do we want to just push it back? You said.
We can get it in.
Well, the 28th would apply.
Okay. And if something goes,
Sour, we just push it.
yeah, I can just set a special call. meeting.
it's like up there? Right.
Set the public hearing for April the 28th at 10 a.m.
I have the motion. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 13, set public hearing date pursuant to Texas Transportation Code, Chapter 253, entitled County Improvement of Subdivision Roads, Ordinance 2003, to consider placement of 30 mile per hour speed limit sign on Fairway Ridge in Beeville, Texas. I believe this is Commissioner DeWitt. Oh, they're both Commissioner DeWitt. Somebody want to, again, same date?
I'll make a motion that we set the public hearing for the 28th at 10 a.m. for the item number 13 on the agenda. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Agenda item number 14, approve Sheriff's Office request to apply for the fiscal year 2025 Click It or Ticket, CIOT, and Operation Slowdown, OPSLO, grants. Sheriff, do you have any presentation you want to make? I'd entertain a motion at this time. Unless
Motion to approve.
Explain it a little bit.
I've got a motion and a second. You have the floor, Sheriff.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners. We have been asked by TxDOT to participate in their Click It or Ticket Operation Slowdown campaign coming up. The Click It or Ticket is a statewide high visibility enforcement designed to detect violators of safety belt and child safety seat laws, part of a national mobilization effort to increase safety belt use. This is going to be a 2-week period that they're going to do this. The enforcement dates are from May the 19th to June the 1st. So it's going to be a two weeks for the safety belts. And then they're going to do an Operation Slowdown, which starts July the 18th through August the 3rd. And basically those are designated for law enforcement agencies, officers to go out in the field for 2 weeks to focus on enforcement of speeding. The goal is to save lives and reduce injuries resulting in motor vehicle crashes. In doing so, warnings or citations can be given to the drivers. It's at the officer's discretion if they want to write a ticket or if they just want to give a warning to the violator. So this is an effort to save lives and to keep the injuries from motor vehicle accidents down. So we're just asking if we can participate in that campaign for 2 weeks along with DPS, and probably the Beeville Police Department also will participate in that. So those are the 2 campaigns that are going on.
Thank you so much for that description, Sheriff. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 15, approve tax assessor collector's request to use the county credit card for registration fees and hotel accommodations for the 2025 ACT User Conference on July 9th to the 11th, 2025.
Move to approve.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 16, approve the district attorney's addition of offices in the Justice Center building to be paid by forfeiture money.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Would you like to make a presentation?
Sure.
You don't have to.
Veronica Saldana, the office manager from the district attorney's office. After a bunch of talk with Commissioner Farias and April Cantu, the district attorney's office, since the OEC is out, or EOC is out, we needed some space. We are now fully staffed, and a lot of the offices are opened and shared, and so we have hired Domingo Lopez from Jail Square. He's in our one of our co-ops. He's given us a quote, and our construction should be done within 3 weeks.
And if you haven't gone up there to go see
Yes,
the work that
please.
Domingo's done, it's excellent work.
Looking good.
So, the petitions are looking good. I mean, it's totally
It's
different
well.
now, so.
Oh, well.
It's coming along, so.
Excellent. Thank you,
The
Veronica.
DA will get the offices needed.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 17, approve Dynamark Security Center's standard alarm cells monitoring service contract for the Justice of the Peace Precinct 2 office.
Who's that?
This is Judge Showalter's office. We're getting him some cameras.
Move to approve.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 18, approved for submission to the record court's official confirmation and recognition of Bobby N. Jemison II as the county's local rabies control authority, LRCA, and the animal control officer, ACO.
Move to approve. Second?
I have a motion and a second. Mr. Jemison, did you have anything prepared, a speech, interpretive dance? There's absolutely no obligation. We appreciate everything that you're doing, and I know there's a lot of work involved in obtaining these various licensures and becoming knowledgeable of them, so we know you're staying busy, and we appreciate all that.
The only comment I would have is this is the time of year when potential rabies cases increase, springtime. Over the last 3 weeks, we've had 2 dog bites and 2 issues with skunks, so just be aware.
Thank you. All right, there's no further discussion. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you again, Mr. Jemison. Agenda item number 19, Hurricane Harvey, Texas General Land Office, GLO Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, status and project update. Gentlemen, anything to update?
2 weeks closer, that's all I can say.
Amen.
Things are going good.
No news. It's on their part right now, right, Jimmy? Yeah. So,
I can't tell y'all how important and how transformative since I took office these federal funds that have flowed into our county have been. I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but golly, it's been, and I think we've done an excellent job to pat ourselves on the back through no effort of my own, but I do take credit for it. The wise use and expenditure of these funds. So you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, everybody that's been a part of that. This is continuing to be a great boon for the county.
May 22nd will be the 2-year anniversary that we turned in that grant.
Wow.
So, we're there at the end there.
We're really moving fast now.
Now.
Don't jinx it.
Speaking of moving fast, you don't have any motions, correct?
No
And
motion.
we'll move on to agenda item number 20, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I've got a second. Gentlemen, thank you for your time this morning. To our guests, elected officials, department heads, and staff, thank you for your presence and your good character and nature and all the efforts that you do on behalf of all of us Peake Countyans. We are adjourned.
Yeah, if you'll get a chance, go by and see the DA's
Looking good.